Hey guys, AJ here, back with another rant. So we're going to talk about this Woman King movie today. I saw a couple articles where it was like talking about how this movie was some kind of success and how $19 million that it made at its first opening weekend was somehow good. And guys, don't buy it. End of the BS. It's just BS. But first of all, you guys will see that I broke it at the race card for this rant. Because while I do sound white on the phone, quote unquote, I want to remind everyone I am black. I have gotten some messages talking about what I can talk about certain issues. So here's the race card for everyone. I'm playing it. Deal with it. So this movie is problematic from the jump because this everyone knows. I don't think everyone does know, but this movie is not historically accurate. It's a bunch of BS. This tribe that Viola Davis's character's in is was the biggest slave trading nation in Africa, and they would raid all their neighboring tribes and sell the slaves to the Europeans for guns and alcohol and tobacco. So the fact that they're trying to make that tribe into good guys is problematic in and in itself. And the fact that they're acting like this woman, she became king, which is ridiculous when there was an actual king who was the one making all the decisions. So this whole thing is just one big SJW cash grab. And the thing about it is that, once again, I grew up in the 80s, and we had a lot of movies where they were trying to pander to black people by putting us in movies, especially black men, and then killing us off real fast. So we'd have a cop film where there'd be like all these white cops, and then there's Jackson, and Jackson's there, and he's jive talking. Hey, what up, y'all? I'm here to blah blah blah. And then the first 10 minutes of the film, he gets shot. Jackson, no! And then it's some vengeance story where the white dude has to, avenge his black partner. Or if you watch early Star Trek, there's always the black dude wearing the red uniform. He get killed, or like in all the horror films, there's always the black guy who die first, and it's just complete bullshit. But so this is just pandering, and it's a cash grab, and it's just stupid. But here's the rub. A lot of people don't know how movie finances work. So this movie cost, I think, it was like $50 to $55 million to make. Okay, which it's not like a Marvel film, obviously. So it didn't cost 200, 300 million like these summer blockbusters do. But 55 million is not anything to shake a stick at. That's a lot of money. Now, what people don't get is they spend another 25 to $30 million on the marketing for the movie. So all these Instagram posts and all of the ads on TV and all this stuff, that costs money. So you figure that's what, 70 to $75 million right there, plus any other costs. So if a movie breaks even, it's considered a flop. So there's been films like, don't correct me on this, but I believe Fight Club in the theaters barely broke even, so it's considered a flop, even though it's considered to be a masterpiece. Now, it made its money on DVD at the time. I'm aging myself. You can tell I'm dating myself, but it was considered a flop because it barely made its budget back. The Woman King made $19 million its first week. Now, most films, that amount of viewership drops off by about 50% in the second week. So it made $19 million its first weekend when there's nothing else coming out either. So this is one of the only movies that was new to the theater. So 19 million isn't very good. So you figured that it would make 8 million the next weekend. So it's going to need to make almost $100 million to break even. And here's the kicker. The theaters keep 40% of that theater revenue. So there's no way that this movie is going to come close to breaking even. It's a flop and it's trash. And there's no reason why anyone should be trying to support this film or give it any type of props or accolades. And I'm doing what Guys, if you think that something's dumb, you don't want to support it, don't watch it. I'm not going to watch this film. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going to support it, and we'll just watch it burn because it's hilarious. So, this movie is not going to make any money. Viola Davis, I don't know how they conned her into doing this, or what monumental lapse in judgment that she might have had doing this, but she should be ashamed of herself. Whoever wrote this should be ashamed of himself. Whoever directed it, everyone who worked on this movie should be ashamed of themselves. Period. And they lost the studio money, so I don't feel bad for them. And once again, you might be saying AJ's cold, but hey, man, truth is what it is. So, all right, y'all, that's enough for today. Like, subscribe if you've seen this movie and you want to drop an opinion in the comments. Go ahead, but I'm not gonna see it. All right, y'all, stay safe.